Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. We are out on Long Pond Road near the Clough Trailhead. It's gated currently, but there is space for a couple cars right before the gate. I think you could put 3 cars maybe, depending on how people park. And we are gonna walk up here and then take a right onto Tunnel Brook Trail, which is one of the trails around Moosalauck. We're gonna go up just, I don't know how far it's gonna be, maybe a little under 2 miles on the trail, and then we're going to bushwhack up to Mount Clough, which is on the New Hampshire 100 highest. It's beautiful blue skies right now and clear, but it is gonna rain today in the afternoon. After 2 o'clock, the percentage goes up dramatically. It's gonna be quite warm today also. So we're looking at possible thunderstorms this afternoon, I think. All right, we are off. We are about a quarter mile up Long Pond Road, and this is the junction now with Tunnel Brook. So if you were able to drive the road, there's a couple spots of parking right here, and there's also like a widened shoulder right here for a few cars. The beginning of Tunnel Brook looks like an old road. Been out here, I think twice, maybe this end only once. It goes by the back of the Glencliff, what is it, Glencliff home? There's like a water feature, I remember. Let's go check it out. This is a water crossing. I'm not going where he's going. What is he doing? Don't do that. Yeah, you don't need to do that. Okay. Well, he went that way. I'm actually just gonna rock hop here, and I think I'll be just fine. We have had to do 4 water crossings so far. They have all been rock hoppable, but you definitely need poles because the rocks are slick. And you don't want to just be leaping willy-nilly. You'll definitely wipe out. But yep, that's so far so good. This is climbing gently. It goes up to a series of beaver ponds, but I think we're not going all the way to the ponds, are we? I don't know.
We're going through this area.
So I don't know if we're gonna go that far. We've got trout lily.
We'll do 0.
Trout lily blooming everywhere. We've got some Cecil bellwort, otherwise known as wild oats, red trillium. I think that's it so far. And there's the road. See it? There's like a dam. Okay, I was just coming on to say I was having a pipe dream about that water, but I think this is it up here. That's good, because I was like, I guess I had a total senior moment. I couldn't imagine that. I usually remember trail features pretty well. Let's see. Yes. Good, because I thought I was going nuts. It's like a retaining pond boundary. State land beyond the sign. Okay. Wow, it looks like they've had new work on it. Maybe not. There's the bench over there.
It doesn't look too deep. Maybe 6 feet or 8 feet in there.
Huh.
Right here.
There used to be like a rescue buoy out here, which I don't know why you need to rescue anyone. Although, that's a dam, right? I don't know. Okay. I'm glad I wasn't losing my mind. And this is not near the Glencliff home or the forest, state forest or anything, right? I don't think so. Okay, there you have it. Just zoomed in tightly on Gaia, and this is right at the corner of the Benton State Forest. So it is state forest land here. And this is Slide Brook right here. Okay, we are going to start our bushwhack now. We are 2 miles in from the gate on Long Pond Road. And continuing this way would take you to the beaver ponds. And we came from this way. It was pretty easy going, gentle incline. And now we're going to head up. Now, this area right here is kind of steep. And if you look on slope angle, what we're gonna aim for is the southeast ridge. And there's a lot of stuff between us and the southeast ridge over here that is steep. So we're gonna kind of cut in relatively flat and then hopefully just go right up the southeast ridge. I've heard there are lots of herd paths, like moose paths up there. And depending on what line you take, it can be pretty painless. We'll see. And that there are some areas of blowdowns that you can work around or through, but I would prefer to go around. I'm not real thrilled with this new growth right here. The whole hillside looks like it's got some, but we'll see how it goes. We're just at the beginning of our bushwhack. Some old moose poop. This area is really beautiful and easy whacking too. Okay, we have been climbing steeply. This is like cliff band all around us here. Whew, we're almost completely on the ridge now. Up where John is, you might be able to see sunlight coming through. So hopefully, once we get there, we at least won't have to be dodging cliffs. We might have to do a lot of other stuff, but there has been evidence of deer and moose up here, and I expect we'll find some pretty good paths. So, whew. And also that the bad weather I think is coming. Skies are overcast now, and the wind is picking up. We're up on the ridge basically, and it's been really easy going. Lots of deer and moose droppings and paths. Fair amount of blowdowns, but not like big blowdown patches. We have some views out over to Moose Lock through the trees. View out now to the south peak of Moose Lock right there, and then this big slide right here, which I don't know, we call it the Irene slide. We climbed that a couple years ago. I believe that's the one. Yep. Okay, we're in an area now. You can see everything's been eaten. The tips of all the branches are chewed off. Lots and lots of, I can't get it to focus on anything though. I want it to. Lots of activity from the ruminants up here. Okay. Kind of in a little bit of a blowdown area, but it's not like a massive patch. But there are, besides these things that have been eaten, there are also some prickers in here. So it might not be so nice in the summer coming this way. But it's good right now. We encountered our first sort of blowdowny area here, but there were herd paths through it, and the way I went, I stepped over I had to climb over one thing, and then I just followed the herd path. This, of course, is Moose Lock, the South Peak, and over here is Carr Mountain right there. All right, getting there, and the sun's out again, so that's good. So much moose activity up here, everywhere. There it is, more moose. We We are still on our bushwhack. We've been following moose paths. There's just herd paths everywhere. And this is a spot where a moose, I guess, started shedding, because they do shed their coats. Let me see. It's pretty big. I'd say they're like 3 inches long, those hairs. Neato. Okay, whew. So when we were 0.2 of a mile from the summit, we kind of hit some tight area. We could have just, I think, stayed to the left. We should have stayed to the left. But instead we ended up like up in here. And I just came out here. I'm back on herd paths again. Right next to me, moose. I'm looking out there, I can see Liberty and Flume. All right, John ended up separated from me in that tight stuff, and he is also out on a herd path now. That was kind of hellacious. It didn't have to be that way though. We just should have stopped and gone back. But all right, he's waiting for me. I see him. There he is. Okay, I think this bump right here is the summit. And you can see we're in like a fir wave. And again, this is all pricker bushes, mostly. Got a very cool shot over there of the Kinsmans and Franconia Ridge. I'll zoom in for that. And then coming around. Moose. Very cool, and just so much moose activity. This is crazy. Get it all. It's everywhere. Okay. See more moose. And more. It's just every 4 feet. Made for really pleasant bushwhacking, I'll tell you that, because they definitely cleared a lot of paths. Let's see, constant defecation up here. All right, let's go get that canister. All right, we made it to the canister, and it has a cool moose skull. Oh, let me move that a little bit better. Moose skull and like a scapula, or maybe part of the hip, the pelvis, I'm not sure. My moose anatomy. Last sign-in was last week, and that was the only sign-in from this year. And it was way over-tightened. Even though it says, do not over-tighten. Holy smokes, it was all we could do to get it open. I couldn't get it open, I don't think, on my own. But we did get it open, and I think that was lovely, except for the place where we went into the thick. I think that could be avoided. But our plan now is something different, right?
Oh yeah.
So what are we gonna do? You set a bunch of waypoints here.
Yes, we came up this path here.
So we came up, we gotta get it into the
sun?
Not with the reflection. There we go.
Okay, so we came out this way.
Yep. That was lovely. Now we're gonna come down there.
And then out.
And that will drop us on,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. It'll drop us on Long Pond Road.
Basically, we can come out to there.
Out there, and then we'll just walk the road down. I think I'm at I don't know what I'm at. Let me see. Almost 3.5 miles right here. And I think it might be slightly longer that way, but more road walk, less bushwhack.
I'd say.
It might be about the same. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yep. So that's our plan, something different. Hopefully we won't regret it. It'll be all right.
We got our ropes for rappelling. We're good.
I don't want to rappel on a piece of iron wire. Okay. There we are. Mount Clough, one of the New Hampshire 100 highest. Okay, we are coming off on the west side now, and we have hit a herd path. Yay. It was, there was a little bit of a herd path up at the top, and then it got not very nice. And now we're hopefully Gonna be on a herd path now for a while, I hope. This is okay, this is good. We'll take it. It's nicer if you can see your feet though. Okay. Okay, so we're on our descent and we had planned to like basically take a 90-degree westerly track off the summit, and when we started doing that it just became really tight, and there were lots of blowdowns, there were cliff bands and all kinds of stuff, and we ended up just kind of side hilling around. And instead of going, like, we came up the southeast ridge, we're sort of the next ridge over, right, kind of, or in between them.
We're basically heading directly south.
Yeah.
If we went this way exactly, we would bump right into our trail coming up.
Yeah, which we can do if you want.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. At this point, we're just happy to not be in super tight stuff or anything, and it's not really cliffy. There's a little cliff band right next to me, but I think we've avoided the real serious cliffs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a fail, sorta. We could have taken the nice way out. Okay, well, continuing down. We're heading south now. Still on our bushwhack, but this side of the hill is literally covered with, you know, thousands and thousands of trout lilies, many of which are blooming, like this group up here. Look at that. It's awesome. All right, we're nearly back to the trail now. Okay, so we're back on trail now, and we just came right down here. There's a little hop, and I literally just jumped it. And this is the trail, and we came out about a third of a mile lower down than we did on the way up. And I would say, don't do what we did. Definitely we should have just come back the way we came, because that was so nice. I don't know. There's always the allure of trying something new, you know, but maybe that wasn't a great idea. So I just hit 5 miles right now, and yeah, it should be less than 7, more like 7.5 maybe, and probably less for John. We did take divergent routes in a couple places, and I'm always slightly ahead of him anyway, but yeah, we beat the rain, at least on the bushwhack portion, so that's nice. Clouds are building in, and it is quite warm and windy. Wow, this was that was really pleasant. The beginning, you know, up to the summit was excellent, and I would say I would recommend that route, and I would say stick to herd paths. Like I think we could have gone to the right instead of getting into the thick stuff, and we could have stayed on a herd path all the way to the summit. So learn from our mistakes. But yeah, that was great. Mount Clough.